Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, we got the Nitecore NU45, so let's check it out. Alright, so disclaimer guys, I just want to say that Nitecore USA did reach out to me and they did send me this headlamp for a product review. They didn't ask me to say anything or they didn't give me any coaching or anything like that. All they did was they asked if I would be interested in showcasing this particular product on the channel here. I've had this product for a little while now, and I'm doing the review now because I spent some time with it. I'm not going to accept any products and just throw out, my opinion on it. I want to test this stuff out because if I'm going to speak about it on the channel here, I want to have some knowledge of it and I want to be able to, recommend it or not. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and unbox this real quick. That way you guys can see everything that comes in the box. Alright, so we're gonna go over all the specs and everything on this light here, and then at the end I'll give my opinion and my thoughts on it, what I thought when I was actually using it. I did take this thing out on a multi-day trip and used it, but I'll leave all of that for the end here. Let's go ahead and unbox this now. And pull this out. This is all the insides here, so we'll set that there. And we're gonna pull out the headlamp. Set that off to the side here, and the rest of the stuff that you're going to get is going to be a USB-C charge cable with a Velcro wrap that's attached to the cable, so that way you always have a way to bundle your cable up. Nice feature. You got your instruction manual here, and then you're going to get a 3M foam pad, and I'll show you guys what that's going to be for. And then the last thing here in this this case is going to be this here white bag. This is like a diffuser bag and a carry bag, I believe. So we'll go over that. So that's all you're going to get in the box there. The headlamp here. This is a 1700 lumen headlamp. It does have a red light feature on here, and it has a strobe. That's it as far as the lighting goes. So 1700 lumens max. I'm going to throw some B-roll footage in here and show you guys the different brightness levels in the middle of the night out in the woods. So on the headlamp here comes with a stretchy headband here. It's probably about a 1 inch, maybe 1 1/4 inch thick band. So it's going to grip pretty well. It's also got this here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a rubber coating that stretches about 4 inches from each side of the back of the headlamp on the actual headband itself. And I think that's for extra grip, that way this thing doesn't slide around. I didn't have any issues using it when I was out with it moving around or slipping or anything, so I think that's what that's for. Maybe if you're sweating, if you're wearing this thing directly on your head and everything, or not over like a beanie like I have, this will help keep it from sliding. The headband is removable. It's got a clip here on the back. If you just pop that clip like that, you heard it snap. Now that door opens up and the whole headband can be removed. And that's a nice feature because if you want to replace it, you can. If this thing gets dirty, sweaty and nasty and gross, you can wash it. So that's a pretty cool feature to have on there. And the 3M pad is going to be for replacement on the back here. So if this wears out, you can stick another one on and be good to go. I'm going to snap this headband back in here. Just line it up and then just push it, and it's got a nice audible snap. Feels very locked into place there, and that's not going to slip out of there. I'm going to go over the body here. So the body is actually IP66, so it's waterproof and dustproof. As far as the waterproofness, it is submergible, so if you drop this, it's good to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. If it slipped out of a pocket while you're on trail and it's raining and ended up in a puddle somewhere, it would be fine if you can find it. If you're doing some lake fishing or something and it fell somewhere, it would be all right. That's a nice feature to have. Plus, it's going to be good if it starts raining. You don't have to worry about having to pack this thing up and put it away to keep it dry. This thing has been impact tested, so it's good up to 2 meters on this light here. So that's about 6 foot, you know, from a drop. It would still be all right. Anything under that, you should be fine with it. That's a good feature to have because things do fall. The housing itself, the actual headlamp housing all around here, that's actually aluminum. So that's a good feature because, you know, it just feels solid and everything. The rest of the body is all plastic. I'm not sure exactly which kind, but the whole thing feels very rigid, rugged, just like a good quality light. The charging port is on the side here, and there's like a wheel style door, and if you turn it, it'll access the USB-C charging port, which is great. I'm so glad that a lot of companies are moving away from that regular USB stuff because you guys all know those cables fail. It's just been a lot of problems with those, and I think that the USB-C is the better way to go. You have this yellow band at the bottom, and I think that's cool because if you're in a hurry, you just had to grab your headlamp, you could easily throw it on and you know which direction to put it on because that yellow is at the bottom. So now you'll know which orientation where the buttons are to activate the actual light. All right, so before we go into brightnesses and runtime, I just want to go over key features on this light that I've learned. And we're going to start with that this light has a locking feature. So if you hold the power button and the mode button at the same time, it will actually lock the light out. So you just hold those buttons down for like 3 seconds and the thing locks itself out. And that way, if this was in your pocket or in your pack, bobbing around, you know, it's not going to go off and you're going to have a dead battery. One of the other key points that this flashlight has is that turbo mode, which is 1700 lumens. That's great because that really helps you see out really far, and it's just a nice option to have on a headlamp. And then the third key feature that I found is that there's a sensor in the front here. That little black dot right there is a sensor, and what that does is, let's just say you had this thing in your pack and you didn't lock it out, and a button gets pressed and this thing ends up in turbo mode, 1700 lumens. 1700 lumens is a lot of power, and what will happen with that is this whole light will heat up and it'll probably end up destroying itself. Or most likely what will happen is that you'll end up burning some materials or gear in your bag. If you got even 1000 lumens, which this does, if you turn that on and shine it on your skin, you'll feel that heat start to come. So it's enough to melt stuff for sure, like plastic, anything, bottles. You can melt some plastic with 1700 lumens. So that sensor right there will actually, if anything is in front of this flashlight when it's in either 1700 lumens or 1000 lumens, it'll actually dim it down to, I think it's like 300 lumens or something really low. That way it'll prevent this thing from overheating and destroying itself or destroying your gear. That is a really nice feature, and I've never seen that on a light before. So it's fascinating that they were able to come up with this for this particular light. All right, so I'm going to go over the lumens and also the run times, and I'm going to read this off the manual just because there's a lot of information here and I don't want to get anything wrong. So the red light feature, it's got 2 settings there, and that's going to be your auxiliary red. It goes from low of 5 lumens to 10 lumens, and the runtime on that will be 84 to 50 hours. That's a lot. I use a lot of red light when I'm out camping or hiking or anything at night. The red feature is great because it preserves your night vision. So if you had to turn everything off, you're not going to be completely blind and your eyes are going to have to adjust to the darkness. Another good thing with the red light is that the bugs are not attracted to it as much. So, you know, that's a win-win for me. So I typically run red light a lot when I'm out as my primary. Next up is going to be the auxiliary white light, and that's got 2 modes as well. This flashlight's got 3 different lights. You got your red, your auxiliary white, and then your main bright white. The auxiliary is going to be 2 different brightnesses at 25 lumens and 8 lumens. At 25, you're going to run for 55 hours, and then at 8 lumens, you're going to run for 86 hours. Primary settings, 100 lumens will be 34 hours, 300 lumens will run for 17 hours, high, which is 1000 lumens, will run for 8 hours, and then the turbo mode, it doesn't say anything for that. Based off my experience using this, The turbo mode will stay on for about 3 or 4 minutes, I believe, and then it automatically kicks back to 1000 lumens. So it's like it's got a safety device built into this thing, so that way if it's getting too hot or close to getting too hot, it'll automatically turn itself down. Let's pull it out. So now we have the headband here with that attached, and now we have the whole light by itself right here. And then we're gonna drop it into this diffuser bag, and you guys see how that just did that? And then we pinch that. Now I'm gonna turn off my camera light, and now we have like a little lantern. And this is good because you can actually hang this from a ridge line if you wanted to, or maybe even in your tent, hang it at your tent, and now you have a nice soft light lamp. If we press the mode button one time, it'll illuminate the battery indicators on the back. See that? It flashes blue, so you can see how many bars you have left. All right, so I'm gonna go over my overall thoughts on this here product, and I just want to say that, like I said, I got to use it on a multi-day trip, plus I've been using it here and there, just trying to get to know the light. I didn't have any issues at all using it. It's easy to use. It's not like, you know, the buttons are not too overly complicated. So me using it at like 25 lumens, pretty much to 100 lumens, for a couple of days, when I was done with my trip, I checked the battery's still full. And that's what I like, is because I don't have to replace batteries. I don't like constantly charging all my gear when I get back, because, you know, I have a couple of things that need to be thrown on the charger. Got GoPro, got my batteries and stuff like that, lights, there's a lot, you know. So if this is one less thing that I have to charge, even better. I think I could probably get a good solid week at least out of this thing, running it the way I run it, without before I would have to recharge it. So that's one of the most important things to me about this, and the fact that it's got that 1700 lumens. So if I needed to shine out real quick, if I heard something, I can easily put that light on it and see what's going on, and then turn it off. I think this light right here would be great for anyone in the market for a headlamp from a company that you can definitely trust. They sell a lot of gear. Check out the website. It's not just flashlights on there. There's a lot of other things as well. I think that this would be a perfect light for somebody, even great for a gift as well. I will absolutely keep bringing this with me on trail. I think a light like this too would also be great to put in a bug out bag or a get home bag if you're into that stuff. Perfect for hiking and backpacking, perfect for camping, even fishing. You know, if you do any night fishing and stuff, this right here would be a good headlamp for that. You know, you can't really go wrong, I think, with this particular headlamp. Plus you get this really cool diffuser bag and carry bag. I mean, and it's got these like drawstrings on here. This thing's feather light. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Nitecore USA for sending me this awesome headlamp. It was just a pleasure using it while out, and I look forward to bringing it on the next trip with me. Guys, if you guys are interested in this light here, I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description. If you guys want, check it out. Check out the rest of the products. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this one up here. If you guys liked the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, as always. Share the video with somebody. And until next time, guys, hope to see you on the trail with me. Peace.